And you can kind of spend all day, all night on this, and it's actually heaps of fun to do it. But if we did gifts for, so as we were doing before, gifts for 50th birthday, right? One of the advantages that you have is that none of the products are all the same, right? So for example, every product is different. So you know when you type in like shower curtain liner and all the products are exactly the same, they're all shower curtain liners and it's hard to stand out. It's a lot easier to stand out in a space when all the products are different, right? They all look different. So when you have a product here, it's going to stand out a lot more, right? Because it actually looks different. It's not just they're not all tumblers, right? So you have a combination of, here we go, you got a tumbler, you got some glasses, they're all sponsored, but you have a bag, you have this, you know, so they're all very different. So you can easily do something, that's a little bit different. I mean, even this one here, these Valentine's Day gifts for birthday gifts for women. I actually saw this. This is like $1.50 from China. And these are kind of starting to become really popular, I guess, because Valentine's Day is coming up. But, you know, how hard would it be? Like, let's say you kept this idea, and this is kind of what I was talking about last time. Let's say this particular idea here, right? You know, it's coming up to Valentine's Day. It's selling really well, right? 3,000 bought in the past month. Like, that's an extraordinary amount. Now, imagine you kept this idea for next year, Valentine's Day, right? And you kind of remembered that this sold really, really well. And then what you did is you prepared for next Valentine's Day. So what you did is you took a year and you're still doing other things in the background. But you said, next Valentine's Day, I know this sells well every time Valentine's Day, but I'm going to do this properly. And you went and you got like 10 variations of these different color roses. You did beautiful packaging, right? And you prepared and you worked it out, that 3,000 bought, or let's say 6,000 or 7,000 sold. So you worked out exactly how much inventory you need, and you can test it on the first year, or maybe you only got 2,000 units of inventory because you want to test your idea. And then you sell it, and that works well. And then you do it again the following year, right? And again, you're targeting the Valentine's Day niche, right? And that's a keyword, Valentine's Day gifts. And that's kind of micro niching. You're only doing it once a year, but you know, you can do this over and over again with the gifting space. Right. And then you can say, I want to do another strategy targeting just 50th birthday. And that could be all year round. Right. But this one here, it could be just for Valentine's Day. Right. And just kind of working out that game plan. And like I was mentioning last time, I know someone does this just in Halloween. And every Halloween, that's all he does. And then he has 6 months off. And then he spends 6 months preparing for Halloween and does about $700,000 every time. I've just over that Halloween period because he's just worked out a strategy and a plan. And you can do this with the gifting niche, and you can do this with, say, the Halloween or Valentine's Day. You just remember what sold really well this year, and then you just prepare for it the next year and do it a better job. You know, so there's a lot of angles here that you can actually do it like this. And again, it's more of a high revenue, more of a kind of money-making thing. But for me, it's not just about that. Obviously, the way that I'm teaching you guys also is about having that, you know, making sure that you're providing value, right? So making sure that this light that you sell is actually really good light, and making sure that, you know, your packaging is really nice. You know, you have a really beautiful gift box packaging. Maybe it has a ribbon on it, right? Maybe this here, the color's a little bit different. Maybe the base that you do is going to be a wooden base, or it could be a wooden base. You could have a black hard plastic base, maybe like this, and you can change it around a little bit. But if you're going to choose this, I want you to be the best person to sell this, right? I want you to provide the biggest value, most variations, good customer service, nice packaging, and then you can dominate this once a year, right? So again, even with bundling, even though it's a quick strategy, it's an exciting strategy, but just make sure that the quality of the product that you're delivering is awesome, right? The packaging is awesome. The condition is awesome. You got color variations, people to choose from. You know, we used to do like handwritten cards. When I was working with someone, she was selling a inspirational yoga towel, and this was about 6 or 7 years ago. And on her yoga towel, it was really nice. She had all these inspirational words, and I remember it was her first lot of inventory, and she had 300 units. And I was saying to her, Sarah, why don't you do a handwritten note and write the note and say, you know, why you started this? Because she was really passionate about yoga and inspiring people, and I thought it'd be a nice touch. And so she started writing she wrote 300 letters by hand, right? Imagine just for her first 300 units. And we put them all in the packaging as it sold. From those 300 units, she had about 120 reviews. People loved it, right? And it was incredible. And, she really just touched people, and she just did that little bit of gesture. It took her maybe a couple of days of sore wrists and some sore fingers, but, she loved it. The feedback that she was getting really, really motivated her, and she kept the business for a long time. So just kind of, this strategy is great, and it's more about just understanding which strategy you want to go with, and you can do multiple strategies if you want to, and you know exactly who you're targeting. Just make it really good. It's easier to differentiate yourself in this space, in the gifting space, because compared to the sleeping liners, you see that people here they haven't got a lot of variations. They haven't got a lot of sizes, and they're really just going in here as quickly as possible, trying to make some cash and leaving. But you can stay in this space for a long time, and do this over and over again. So the question is, if you're targeting, let's say, 50th birthday gift, right? Then the keywords that will be coming up for is anything related to 50th birthday. It'd be 50th birthday for dad, 50th birthday for son, 50th birthday for, whoever, mum. So you'd want to have all those keywords in there. So you're going to be having a choice of keywords. Before Valentine's Day, you can see what they've done here. Basically what they're doing is they're targeting Valentine's Day gifts. They got that in the keyword there, but they also have, like this word here, gifts for mum. So even though this is Valentine's, so if someone types in gifts for mum, that will probably come up too. You can even hear it says her birthday gifts. So it'll still come up for birthday gifts, right? So they're still using a number of keywords. So yeah, to answer your question, you'll still have all the other keywords in there that you think will be related to it. So gift for her, gift for mum, etc. The one thing I will say is when you do look at those niches, make sure that there is demand in that particular niche. So make sure you're seeing this stuff, right? Make sure you're seeing that, there's people buying it, right? 3,300, 50, 100, etc. Just have a look at that. But we're going to be going over a lot of this, and that's why I wanted to show you guys this, because I want you guys thinking a little bit, in terms of this. Maybe you want to get some ideas down, and then when we have a chat, we can kind of go over it again, together.